and welcome everyone to this half hour of Yin Yang Yoga. We're going to start with the Yang part. So let's begin by just coming into Tadasana. So your mountain pose, feet can be hip widths apart. Bring the weight slightly back into the heels, arms by the side. Draw in a little bit through your navel, pull it inwards and upwards. Think of spreading out your lower abdominal muscles. Reach up the crown of the head up to the ceiling and draw your chin slightly in so that you have a space from the back of the neck up to the crown of the head. And then close your eyes and start to breathe deeply from the feet up to the crown of the head. Thinking of that three-part breath where the breath falls into the belly and then draws up, widens a bit through the ribs, and lastly fills up the heart. And then exhaling, reversing that order. So you might hear a soft hissing sound at the back of the throat as you breathe in this way. And let's try and continue breathing as we go through the asana practice. So a slow, mindful breathing, a bit like a sigh, deep breath that supports our practice and helps us ground into the body. Take a few more rounds of breathing. No tensing anywhere, just standing tall and breathing deeply. And this breath will later on help us to find the pose in our yin part of the practice. We'll be going into Gomukhasana, into the eagle pose. And then cow face. And then if you like, bring the hands to your heart center, lift the heart to the hands and set your own intention for the practice. And I'll open with a mantra on taking a breath into chant. Blink your eyes open and come to the front of your mat, if you're not there already. As you inhale, reach your arms up, look to the thumbs, lengthen upwards. As you exhale, folding forward, draw the belly in, let the head soften down. Maybe soften the knees. Inhale, come up halfway, either on fingertips or your hands to your shins. Lift the kneecaps up, open the chest forward, hands to the floor, step yourself back into a high plank. Hold it here for one breath, inhaling, drawing the hips forward, open the chest, long in your neck. Exhale, if you're modifying, bend your knees to the floor, elbows back into Chaturanga. I'm modifying as I'm pregnant. And then inhaling, open the chest into a low cobra. I'll slide forward, rolling the shoulders back, keep the elbows pulled in. Exhale, pull back into downward facing dog. As this is your first downward dog, start to walk out through the heels, press the hands into the floor. Try and stretch your armpits out and feel your legs, the back of your legs stretch, the hamstrings warming up. Keep the head soft, maybe take a little rocking motion through the head and the hips. Getting warm in the body. And then from here, let's bring the toes together touching and then lift up your right leg into the sky. Flex the toes, so the little toe of the foot turns to the right side of your mat and reach the heels away from you. Pull in the navel, nice and long stretch, and then rotate through your ankles 3 times in one direction and 3 times in the other direction. Oops, slipping. And then bend your knee when you've done that. Lift the knee up and stack your right hip over your left. Drawing the left heel down to the floor. Drawing the chest through the arms. Keep both your arms straight, especially the left one because it wants to bend and twist. And then come high onto your tiptoes. Lift up your right leg up to the sky. Look forward. And as you exhale, step the right foot forward between your hands. Coming into a high lunge, push into your right foot. Lift up the arms. Inhale here. Exhale, squeeze the left heel back. Hold it nice and open. Beautiful. Inhale one more time. As you exhale, bring your hands down onto the thigh. Lower your left knee down. Untuck the back toes. Breathe in. Come again into a nice open stretch here. Lifting the chest up. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Tuck your back toes under again. And then breathe in as you open the chest. Look forward, back leg straight. Exhale, try and straighten the front leg as your head comes down to the right shin. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, look forward, draw the hips down, chest open. Exhale, pull the hips back, head to the shin. 1 more. Inhaling, open the chest forward. Keep squeezing the glutes. Exhale, draw the head to the shins. Stay high on your on your left heel, and then step the foot slightly in. Bring the left heel down, come to a forward-facing triangle. So you can have this on fingertips. If you have blocks, you can bring the hands onto blocks a little higher. Maybe otherwise you want to bring the hands onto your shins. Roll the right hip back and the left hip forward and press down into your feet. If you need to come higher, maybe on the thigh, you can do this, or on your hips. Roll the shoulders back and hold it here for 3 breaths. Inhaling for 1. Keep the legs really strong and active. Feeling the hamstring stretch here. 2. And 3. If your hands were down, slowly bring them down otherwise. And then start to turn. Lift the back heel and turn towards your right. Walk your hands over to the right and come to the small size of your feet. So walking your hands into the center. So your legs are doing a cross and then fold down. So feeling again the stretch in the front of the hamstring. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhaling, exhaling. 1 more time. Inhale here and exhale. Let's turn again the way we came. Rotate and then come all the way to a Prasarita. So both your legs straight, you're facing the left side of your mat. Maybe make your stance a little wider if this feels good. Take a breath and open the chest halfway. And then reach your arms out to the side. Hold it here, pull the navel in, and then reach your arms back. Either holding your elbows or interlacing your fingers. Lift the chest and then draw the hands away from your buttocks and think of reaching the arms up rather than over your head. Draw the chin in and fold. 3 breaths. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling for 1. Inhaling for 2. Exhale for 2. Keep going with this breath. 1 more. Inhaling for 3. Draw the shoulder blades together. Exhaling for 3. Inhale, come up halfway. Bring the arms out to the side. And then bring the hands back to the floor. Bend your knees. Turn your toes out to the side. Push the floor away. And then come into the goddess pose. Arms open to the side. Sink down into your hips. Take 1 deep breath in, reach your arms up, turning your left toes in, right toes to the front, and as you exhale, come to a Trikonasana, activate the legs, place hands on the right shin, look up to the left hand, rotate the chest up, take 3 breaths, inhaling for 1, if you like you can also rotate the arm, breathing in for 2, think of widening the space of the shoulders, neck is long, inhaling for 3. And then reach the arm over your head so you feel that nice long stretch from your hip to the fingertips. And then bending your right knee, bring the right elbow onto the thigh. Lengthen 3 breaths into your side angle. If you like, bring the right hand down to the floor. 3 breaths. 1. Squeeze your right hip underneath you and the knee out to the side. 2. Lengthen through the fingertips. And 3. Look down to the floor, bring both your hands down, and then from here, step yourself back into a plank. You can come through a vinyasa, or you can just push back, which is what I'm going to do, into downward dog. And let's meet there once you've done your vinyasa. So chaturanga, and then inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward dog, holding it here. And you can again walk out through the heels. And I'm going to do it all on the other side. So let's do this. Toes together touching, lift up your left leg into the sky. Flex the toes down, pull the belly in. Think of reaching through the left heel as you press the heels of the hands into the floor. Rotate the ankle for 1, for 2, and for 3. Change direction. 1, and 2, and 3. Lift the leg and then bend the knee, reaching the left heel towards the right buttock, but draw the leg high up, then stacking the left hip on top of the right, keeping both your arms straight, shoulders nice and strong. Breathing in, draw the right heel to the floor, and then lift up through the right heel, look forward, straighten your left leg, and bend it again, step it between your hands into your high lunge, pressing down onto the left foot, reaching your arms up. Find your balance, squeezing the right glute, right heel is lifted, heart is open, draw the belly button in. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands down to the left thigh. Lower the right knee down, untap the back toes. Again, inhaling, arms reach up. Open the chest. Find the right hip flexor. Breathe in here. Lower the hips down, but keep active in the left foot. Widen the heart. And then bring the hands down to the floor. Tuck the back toes under again. Take a breath and lift the back knee. As you exhale, draw your hips back and head towards the shin, keeping high on the back heel. Inhale, open the chest again, forward. Hips go down. Exhale, pull the hips back. Head to the shin, belly draws in. One more. Inhale, chest comes forward. Exhale, hips go back. Beautiful. And then stepping the right leg slightly in. Forward facing triangle, so either hands on the floor. If this is too low for you and you feel you're really rounding your back, bring the hands a little higher so your sit bones poke back and you have a nice long back. Hold it here for 3 breaths, whatever is right for you. 1, draw that left hip bone back and the right hip bone forward. 2, push down to the left big toe knuckle. And 3. Come up high onto your right heel and then start to turn to the left. So you're coming to this little crossing leg position. Hands on the floor, legs across, and then again fold forward. And breathe 3 times. 1, you're on the side of the feet, squeeze your legs together. 2, and 3. And walking yourself back the way we came for a Prasarita. So all the way over. And then open your legs a little wider. This time, hold on to your big toes with your peace fingers. So your second and third finger, hook them under, take a little extra breath in. And then as you exhale, pull your elbows out to the side and draw the crown of the head to the floor. If you still need to bend the knees, that's absolutely fine. Think of drawing the chest to the floor. 3 breaths. 1, 2. Shoulders move away from the ears, so don't let them drop down. And 3. Releasing your toes, bring the hands back down on the floor. Turn your toes out to the side and come to your goddess squat. So sinking down, open your arms to the side. Take a deep breath in, push into the heels. And then inhale, straighten your arms up. Turning your right toes in and the heel slightly out. And then hinging from your hip for your Trikonasana. So see how I draw that left hip back. Arm reaches long forward and then left hand onto your shin, your ankle. And then reach your right arm up. Lean slightly back with your chest. Avoid the right shoulder turning in. Look to the thumb. Hold it. 3 breaths. 1, or if you like, you can again do the arm circles. Reaching up and then dropping it behind you. 2. And 3. And then reaching down forward. Take that nice long stretch one more time. Think of the hip pulling back as your arm reaches over the head. And then look down to the floor. Bend your left leg. Either hand comes to the floor, fingertips, or you can bring the elbow to the thigh. Lengthen from your right foot to the right hand. Rotate the shoulders back and down. 1. Press down on the floor with your feet. 2. 3. Looking down to the floor. Bring your right hand down. Bring your left hand down. Lift your back heel. And then step yourself back. Either in your downward dog or into your vinyasa. So high plank. And then lower down into your chaturanga. Into upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Well done. And then come forward into your plank position one more time. And from here, bring your knees down. Open your knees a little wider. And then bring the big toes to touch and sit back into a child's pose, reaching your arms forward. Stretch them out. Just take 3 breaths here. Calming down the breath now. We enter into the yin part. And one more deep breath. And then walk your hands back towards you. Push the floor away. Bring your knees a little bit underneath you. And we're going to come to a side stretch. So moving, I'm going to come slightly forward. Move your right hand slightly back towards your knee. And then stretch your left hand over to the right side of your mat. Let the head come down to the floor. Keep rotating the left shoulder blade down the back or out to the side. And you feel the stretch here in the shoulder. And think of the left hip pulling back. I'm going to hold this. Hold and breathe. Long breath. Think of opening up through the side. Nearly there. And come back up. Let's go to the other side. So left hand pulls back to the left knee and then right arm reaches up and over. Draw the head down and hold it here. Draw the right hip back. Inhale, coming back up. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and just give your hips a little wriggle side to side. Let's come to our pose that I was prepping you for. And I said a mistake at the beginning. I said we're doing Gomukhasana. We're not. We're doing cow face. So we're not doing eagle pose. Sorry, I meant eagle pose. We're not doing eagle. We're doing cow face. So cross your right knee over your left leg. Knees are together and bring the legs out to the side and then see if you can squeeze the legs back together as you draw the hips back. If you're finding this difficult or you have knee problems, then just come onto your back and you can do the same variation, just lying down. So crossing right leg over left and then see if you can hold the sides of your feet, so your ankles, and just hold it here. So this is a gentler version of this form. You can even then cross your right ankle over the left to open up the hip. If you're comfortable with this variation, just cross the right knee over the left. And then if you need something underneath you, so I have a nice little bolster here, it could be a rolled up towel or a pillow, just place that underneath you. So you're feeling a little height here, and your feet come out to the side. Now this might be enough for you, or if you want to add the arms, you would take the right arm up, and then either hold the right elbow with your hand or left hand behind your back and see if you can grab your t-shirt or maybe even the finger. If this is too far away, you can also take a strap or a belt. Maybe you want to pause the video to get that. And then close the eyes and be here. Try to relax into the hips. Take a long deep breath. Focus on the breath and on the release. Think of the spine as being long. If you notice at any point that the arms are tiring or it's straining you, causing you stress, or you're feeling like you want to get out, see if you can find more ease by softening a little more, or if it's too much, make it your practice. Let the breath go deep. Take away the thoughts of I have to, or I have to stay, I must, any straining, and see if you can soften and enjoy this more. Notice where you're creating space in yourself. And then slowly release, breathing in, release the hands if you had the hands. And if you like, you can take a very gentle forward fold if this is available to you. And then coming back up. And then either just giving yourself a little release by bringing the legs out in front of you if it's comfortable. Otherwise, you can walk your hands forwards and uncross the legs, coming to a little downward dog. As a little in-between pose. If you have the legs out in front of you, join as well. Tuck the legs under and come to a little downward dog. And then from here, let's come to the other side. Knees back down, left knee over your right. Or if you were lying on the back, change over. Maybe you want to either cross the left ankle over the right knee, or you just want to hold the sides of the ankles. And then here, see how this side is, because sometimes one side is a bit more intense. If you do need some props for one side but not the other, that's absolutely fine. And then if you have the arms, left arm up, right hand behind your back. See if you can reach the fingers. If not, don't strain it. So you want to find ease in releasing here, not strain and struggle. And then notice how the breath is again, and use that deep breath. So breathing into the belly. Notice how the ribs expand and how your heart lifts a little bit. And find stillness here. See if you hold on. Sometimes there's a little tension in the stillness, like a little pulling, pushing. See if the legs can become really heavy. And the spine really long and free. If you're doing a little forward leaning, again, let yourself soften and yield into this pose. And slowly releasing on your next exhale the arms. If you were folding forward, calming slowly back up. And then again, you can either just lean to one side and stretch the legs out in front of you, or you can come to a downward dog. Rolling forward, uncrossing the legs. See what feels right. And then from here, I'll give you some options now. You can either come lying down on your back, but otherwise, because we've just done this breathing, I'm going to invite you just to come for a moment to seated, closing your eyes and feel into your body and your legs. Notice how the spine feels, how your sit bones feel on the ground, how the breath is. Stay quiet and calm within. Let the facial muscles relax. And let's close. Either if you want, you can just lie down into Shavasana and use as much time as you need. Maybe set a timer for you for about 2 minutes. Just or your favorite song if you would like to put that on. And really rest down and coming out slow way. Or you could bring your hands to your heart. Lift your heart to your hands. Just take a moment to breathe deeply into the heart. And then exhale, side out. And I'll close with the mantra Om, taking a breath in. Om. Namaste, everyone. Do what feels right for you now. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much.